Hi, Jackie Matthews here with Adventuroids World Travel. John and I own our agency in North Texas. We are a veteran-owned and operated agency, and we specialize in luxury cruise travel. We just got off the Explora I. We were privileged to be the very first host for their Distinctive Voyage program, and we just had a ball. So today I want to share with you 5 important things you need to know if you're considering a cruise on Explora Journeys. So if you're like me, before you take a cruise, you want to know what's the dress code because you want to pack the right clothes, right? Well, I went on the website before our cruise and I was looking and I couldn't find anything. They talk about it being a European casual chic and resort chic. So one thing you need to know in terms of the dress code is don't bring your tuxedo, don't bring your ball gown because you're not going to need it. It is a very beautiful ship, but very casual in terms of dress. On the Explora Journeys website, they say they have no formal dress code, but instead they recommend this, wearing elegant resort casual chic clothing. So you'll see a lot of linen pants, you'll see a lot of shorts, the ladies in sundresses. Here we are with the captain and his wife, and she's got a beautiful dress on. So this is pretty typical of what you'll see during the day. Here we are with some of our group at dinner one night, and as you can see, the ladies are in, a couple of us are in dresses, the other ladies in, a cute top and pants, the fellows are in collared shirts and slacks. You won't see any suits. We didn't see any suits. On the last day, I think we saw a couple of ladies a little bit more dressed up and high heels, but really this is a more casual ship, and again, there's no formal nights at all, so you don't need your tuxedo and you don't need your ball gown. Okay, so now let's talk about what all is included in your Explora cruise. One of the things that we really enjoyed about our Explora Journeys cruise was the food. The food was off the charts. And, we specialize in luxury cruises, so we've been on all the top lines. We had some friends with us who are well-known foodies. I mean, they travel the world to eat. And they go to the Michelin level restaurants and they know the chef's names and all that kind of stuff. They were very impressed with the food as well. And almost all of it is included. You do not need to pay extra unless you want to go to the 2 places that charge. And I'll talk about that in a minute. But the ones that are included are fabulous. Right here, you're looking at the Marble and Company Grill Steakhouse. Delicious surf and turf. We had a great meal there. Here's the beautiful Fil Rouge French-inspired restaurant. You can see its lovely accommodations. The food was delicious. One of the couples in our party, the husband was born and raised in France, and he loved the food in this restaurant. And in fact, they went back a couple of times. So that tells me a lot about the quality of the food in this lovely French-inspired restaurant. Okay, I just had to include this picture. This is the captain's table. I asked the maitre d', how do we sit there? And he goes, I'm sorry, it is for the captain and his invited guests. But I wanted to include this just so you could see how lovely this ship is and all of their accommodations. This is the lovely Med Yacht Club, Mediterranean-inspired food, delicious. We ate here a couple of times. This is a second picture of the Med Yacht Club. I just wanted to give you a different perspective. As you can see, again, contemporary, lovely, elegant, European chic kind of restaurant, delicious Mediterranean-inspired food. Loved it, went there a couple times. But I must admit, this was our hands-down favorite restaurant, Sakura, Asian fusion-inspired food. You can see how gorgeous the restaurant is. I mean, you just walk in and it's a feast for the eyes before you even sit down. I think we ate here 2, if not 3 times. Loved the lobster pad thai. So if you go there, you got to try it. They have indoor and outdoor seating. You can sit up at the sushi bar or you can sit outside and enjoy your meal. Lovely, lovely place. Delicious food. Here you have the gelateria and the creperie on deck 11. Delicious crepes, delicious gelato. At the suggestion of a fellow passenger, I tried the chocolate gelato with hazelnut drizzle on top. Oh my gosh, it was delicious. I sat out here. This is outdoor seating. You can take it back inside if the weather isn't cooperating, but delicious, delicious. You gotta try it. Here's the beautiful Crema Cafe. You can come here pretty much from early morning to late at night and get any kind of a coffee or tea drink you want, all those specialty coffees and teas they know how to make. They serve liquor during the day. There's beautiful treats like croissants and other delightful delicacies in the morning. In the afternoons, they'll have little finger sandwiches and things like that. A couple of times we came here and just grabbed a quick lunch and then sat outside and just watched the ocean go by. It was really delightful. But this is open all the time and you don't have to pay extra for it. That's terrific. You also have the Emporium Marketplace. I hesitate to use the word buffet because it was so much better than a buffet. It was gourmet dining, your style. You could get sushi, you could get fresh stir fry, you could get fresh pasta, you could get giant lobster tails bigger than your hand, you could get freshly made all kinds of pastries, all kinds of salads, all kinds of vegetables. You name it, and it is here. It is by far the most beautiful and extensive. And I hesitate to use the word buffet, but you go up and pick your food. If you want them to make you something right there, they will. They'll just turn around and make you fresh stir fry, fresh noodles, fresh sushi, whatever you want. But we ate here often and loved it. One of the things that Explora Journeys always talks about in their website and when you're on the ship is getting that ocean state of mind. Here's where I got mine. Here is the outdoor eating area for the Emporium Marketplace. I love to get up really early in the morning, go get myself a cup of cappuccino and maybe a croissant or something freshly made there and still warm. Come sit out here. It's quiet, it's peaceful, and I watch the ocean go by. So this is something I highly recommend doing if you come on this ship. And lastly, your in-suite dining is also included in the price of your cruise. One night we decided to just eat in our suite. We had a penthouse suite. It was just beautiful. They gave us a bottle of champagne. Everybody who gets on the ship has a bottle of champagne and caviar or treats waiting for them in their suite. It's just a lovely touch. And so one night we decided to stay in and order dinner in our room. It was delicious. It was hot. It was every bit as good as if we'd gone to one of the restaurants. But we were just in the mood for a little privacy and a little relaxation. And yes, Jackie is watching the newest Downton Abbey movie because champagne and caviar and chocolates and Downton Abbey all go together. Everyone knows that. In addition to the exquisite ship, the fantastic service that we had from our stewards and all of the people taking care of us aboard ship, and the delicious food that was very, very, very high quality, was their extensive liquor package. We didn't pay for any liquor for the entire cruise. I mean, they had an extensive list of champagnes and wines, vintages, beers from around the world, spirits, pretty much anything you wanted they had, and it was all included. We had one person in our party that liked the really, really high-end malt liquor, and he paid a little bit extra for that, the 100-year whiskey or whatever. I don't know what it was, but the rest of us never saw a bill, and we were happy with what they had to offer. It was very extensive and very lovely. So for all of you specialty coffee lovers, all of that is included as well. Whatever specialty coffee drinks you want, tea drinks, that's all included. You don't have to pay extra for that. Okay, so let's spend a couple of minutes talking about what's not included in an Explora cruise. There's only 2 places on the ship that would require an additional fee to eat there. The first one is Anthology. We paid 190 euros per person in November of 2023. I don't know when you're watching this video, but as of November 2023, it was 190 euros per person. And we did pay the additional 75 euros per person to do the wine pairing. You don't have to do that. There is wine served with the dinner, but if you wanted the wine pairings and the sommelier to come to your table and do all of that cool stuff, there is an additional fee for that. We did. We're from Texas. The motto, go big or go home, is kind of a state motto. So we thought, we're in it. We're going to try everything. And it was worth it. We had such a memorable evening at Anthology. We've been on 8 cruises in 2023. This evening was one of the highlight, memorable dining experiences of the entire year. Not just of this ship, but of the entire year. It was really one for the books. 7-course meal, wine pairings, magnificent and delicious food, beautifully presented. We were absolutely delighted when the head of culinary for entire Explora cruises was aboard ship, Frank Carringer, and he stopped by our table, and so did the head chef of the ship. And they both stopped by just to chat and visit, find out if we were having a good time, ask if we were enjoying the food, telling us about, how they made it and where they sourced the ingredients. It was really a lovely dining experience. Our wine sommelier did a fabulous job with the wine pairings. I loved every single thing she chose. She did a great job of explaining what we were drinking and how that went with the different food that we were eating. And she was so knowledgeable and so delightful. It really added to the whole evening. I usually don't take pictures of food, but this dessert, one of three, was so spectacular. It was called a bird's nest. And when you opened it up, there was literally this tiny part inside that looked like an egg yolk, although it was not an egg yolk. It was the most gorgeous and delicious dessert. Just gives you an idea of the artistry involved in this dinner. This was just a magnificent evening, and I highly recommend it. As I said, the night at Anthology was one of the best dining experiences we had in 2023 on any cruise ship anywhere in the world. Highly recommend it. So if you go on Explora I or Explora II, the other ships are coming out, I highly recommend trying Anthology. The only other dining opportunity on the ship that requires a fee would be the chef's kitchen. We didn't go there, but one of our dear clients did, and she took a cooking class and loved it. She said they learned how to make a certain kind of risotto, and then they all got to sit down and eat it together. So that was really fun. In addition to those two dining opportunities, there is a fee for your shore excursions. At least there was when we were on the ship in November of 2023. They may change that by the time you get on, but for us, there was a fee for their shore excursions. They had fabulous ones, authentic, interesting, out of the way, unique, curated experiences, but there is a fee for that. The other thing that we noticed there is a fee for is transfers from the airport to the ship and from the ship back to the airport. They can help arrange that, but there is a fee for that. Well, there you go. You've got our top 5 insider tips for your first Explorer cruise. John and I loved it. He's taking me back for my birthday next month. We're going to do a 9-day cruise in the Caribbean. And then we're going again in September. We're going to be Distinctive Voyage hosts again on the new Explora II that's coming out this summer. And that will include a free cocktail party, a welcome aboard where we get to meet everybody in our group. We always invite some of the crew and they like to come and tell us about the ship and everything. It's really fun. And then it will also include a free shore excursion just for our group. Those are always really cool, curated excursions just for our small group. And it's a really neat experience. So if you'd like more information about that or any of the Explora Journeys cruises, give us a call. We'd love to help you out. We are certified experts in Explora and can't say enough good things about them. Anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. Happy sailing to all of you, and we look forward to seeing you on the ocean real soon.